Hey guys, it's Roxanne West, and today with Almond Cow, I am sharing a delicious pumpkin spice latte made with only the ingredients you want. First, I'm going to start with the Almond Cow 101 so that you understand what I'm talking about when I talk about using the Almond Cow. So this is your Almond Cow button on the top. You can see with that little sticker of the cow shaped as an almond. This is the base. This is the top. This piece is the collector cup, and this is the filter basket. So normally what you'll do is you're going to fill up your Almond Cow base with water to the either minimum line or the maximum line. I've already filled mine up somewhere in the middle because that's just how I enjoy my nut milks that I make with the Almond Cow. I like it just perfectly between the minimum and maximum line for the base. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting some of our ingredients into the water that we don't actually want in the filter cup. So what I do, it's super easy if you keep these two together. You can stick the top just in it like that and it'll keep it safe from falling over. And I'm going to start with putting a pinch of Himalayan sea salt into the base. And that salt just helps bring out the sweetness of your almonds. There we go. And now we're going to start filling up the filter cup. I have half a cup of almonds. So you actually don't have to soak almonds before using the Almond Cow, but I did just because I really enjoy that texture. Just in case you have some water left over, it's really nice to have that collector cup underneath to catch up any of that mess. Secondly, I have half a cup of rinsed oats. We like using oats because it just gives you that nice creamy texture. Next up, we are going to be adding half a cup of pumpkin puree. You could either use fresh, your own, or you could just buy a can of pumpkin spice pie mix. That works as well. We have cut up 2 dates and pitted them, and we're gonna just stick that in there. And about 1 inch of grated and cut up ginger. Fresh ginger, smells delicious. We have some cinnamon we are going to add in here, true cinnamon. There is a difference between cinnamon and true cinnamon, and now that we've found it, we enjoy the true cinnamon. I have a little mix here of clove and allspice, put that in there. And then a little bit of nutmeg. So it's about 1/4 teaspoon for each of these. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Super easy. You'll notice that the bottom of the collector cup actually has the perfect shaped grooves to fit the filter basket so that you can keep it all together while closing. You're gonna push it together and you're gonna follow the arrow there where it says close and you're gonna turn it that way. There we go, so it's nice and snug. And then what you're going to do is you are going to sit the top with the filter basket attached on the top like that, super easy. I wait to plug in the machine till after I've done all of that and my hands are dry, just for safety purposes. And I'm going to attach it. It's in. So the top button right now, the cow top button, is a solid green. That is before you start it. So after you push it, it's actually going to flash green, and you'll know that your milk is done after it stops flashing. Here we go. All right, so the Almond Cow button has stopped flashing green, and now we are ready to take off the top. Go like this, super easy. And you'll see all of that delicious foam on the top of your milk. I like to keep turning it around the filter basket with the top to get as much milk as I can out of the filter basket. And we will unlock it. Is it in? Yeah. There we go. So now that we removed the top from the filter basket and the collector cup, I'm going to set it aside. What I wanted to show you is this delicious pulp in here that you have now that you can use for baking. All right, so I have an Almond Cow jug here that I am going to fill our pumpkin spice nut milk inside. We are going to pour it in here. When you can even see it has that beautiful pumpkin color. And as you can see, it gives you quite a bit of nut milk too. Now I'm going to get to work on our pumpkin spice puree, just a little something to really bring in that more pumpkin spice flavoring. It's a little bit more condensed, and I love the texture. So I'm gonna go do that now on the stove, and then I'm gonna bring it back and we're gonna combine the pumpkin spiced milk that we made in our Almond Cow, the pumpkin spice puree, and the espresso, and combine all 3 together. Alrighty guys, so we are going to start with a cup of pumpkin. Then we are going to add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. We are then going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of true cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of clove and allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. We are going to keep this on a medium heat for a couple of minutes and continuously stir it so that it doesn't burn. Once it reaches a boil, we are going to turn off the heat and just let it sit there to keep warm until we are ready for it. And next we are going to get some of that delicious pumpkin spice puree, and I'm going to spoon some of it into each of these mugs. It's nice and warm, so I'm gonna grab it now off of the stove. And you just need about, I would say, a tablespoon of this. The flavoring is very strong, so we'll go like that. And then next I'm going to add our pumpkin spiced almond oat milk into the mugs. Alrighty, so we are gonna add some of that hot espresso that we just made before starting. There we go. Then we are going to stir it all together. It smells so good. And next, for the pièce de résistance, we are going to grate some fresh nutmeg on top and fresh cinnamon. Lastly, before serving this to your guests, I would just put a pretty little cinnamon stick on top, like that. But I want to try one of these. They smell delicious. They smell like fall. So good. Do let us know if you try this recipe at home. We would love to hear about it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.